Hello guys, once again I welcome you all to KJA Graphics. Today we are going to design this MTN thumbnail. Very simple. If today is your first time, consider subscribing for more educational videos on graphic design. Okay, so let's quickly dive into it. So the first thing that you have to do is to select your background. So selecting your background, you have to make use of this icon here. By the way, we are using Pixellab. So make use of this icon here to select your background. So you select your background. That is when these properties will pop up, or these features will pop up. Then after that, you choose the default one. After choosing the default one, this is what you will see. Then you go to this icon here. Then you make use of the color. Then after selecting the color, then you make sure it's not on gradient. We have gradient here, and we also have color here. We have gradient here, we have color here. So make sure you select color. Then when selecting the color, then we choose black. Now the next thing that we are going to do, when you are done selecting the color, make sure you mark it or you tick it, meaning that you are okay with the color. Then you select it. Then the next thing we are going to do is to make use of this text tool that come with the background. Okay, if you don't want to make use of this text tool, you can go back to this text here, and that will give you the text tool or make you the text tool pop up. Okay, then so we are going to make use of this text tool that come with the background. So we select the text tool here. When you select the text tool, that is when all these properties will come up. Then you go to edit. Okay, then when you go to edit, then we write our MTN in caps here. Then you go to OK. Now this is, you have something like this. Now the next thing we have to do is to what? Change the color of the MTN that we have there to yellow. So make sure again the color is on what? Make sure it's on color, not on gradient rather. Okay, so we are scrolling through the color to pick yellow. So that is our yellow. Then you mark it. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to change the font. This is what? This is font here. Okay, then you keep scrolling. Then you see your font. Then you do what? You select the font. Then we are going to make use of what? Chunk 5. That chunk 5 give us the boldness, that big boldness. And now the next thing we have to do is what? We want the MTN should be in a center, in a proper alignment, the center of the canvas or the working area where we are doing the design. So what you do is you scroll again, then you make use of what? The relative position. This one, the relative position. You pick it, then you make use of the middle one. This particular one. Then when you select that one, you see it has been repositioned to the middle. Then you mark it. Okay, now so we are going to draw our shape. So to draw our shape, we'll make use of this icon there. Then when you click it, that's when these properties will pop up. This one will pop up. Then you select shape here. This is shape. Then when you pick shape, a square will come by default, but we don't want a square, we want circle. So we click on this arrow down here. Then when you click it or you select it, then you pick your circle. Now kindly pay attention here. We don't want a fill, but we want a stroke kind of circle. So kindly pay attention how you will do it. Now scroll down here. When you scroll down, reduce the opacity. Now that we have two opacity here, I want the first one, reduce the first one. Then scroll down to the scroll column. Then increase the stroke to 9. When you increase the stroke to 9, then the color, you give it a color of what? Yellow. Is that okay? Let me take it again. When you come to, after selecting the circle, the first opacity, reduce it. Then you come to the stroke column. You see stroke here. You see stroke there. You come there. Then you increase the stroke rather to 9 by maintaining its opacity. This opacity is for the stroke. If you reduce this opacity, you won't see anything again. Then you now pick a color in the stroke column, because we first have a color here that we pass. This color is for the fill color, and this color is for the stroke color. Is that well understood? Then you are done, so you mark it. But we don't want a circle, we want something like a oval kind of thing. So what you do is, you see this dot here, this very dot here, this very dot here, you push it up, we push it up. Okay, so what you do is you push it up to get a kind of oval, then you put it there like that. So now, one thing about graphic design, that one thing that you need to do that will give you speed is that when you are finishing some, make sure you know what you are going to do next. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to import our resource. So we'll make use of this import here. So we click the on the import, then you go to your gallery. I have my own here, so I just select it. If you don't have it, it will be given to you in the description. So you select okay. Now we want to enlarge it, so we make use of this very not here, so enlarge it. So now that is it, so we enlarge it. Now we enlarge it again, so this is it. So make it sit well. Then one thing you have to be doing is that you have to be making use of the layer panel here. Okay, so what you do is, what when you are done with some and you don't want any interruption, and you are okay, the position where you place them, you don't want to change them, or you don't want them to be interrupted, then you go there. These are the layers that we have. So you lock them, you lock this one, so you lock this one. Simply means that wherever you place them, you are okay with it, and you don't want them to be interrupted. You understand? So let's quickly move on again. Okay, so click on our test tool, bring it down here, then we go to edit, then we go to editor, then we do our dots, then we are going to type everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. If today is your first time, please consider subscribing to the channel for more educational videos on graphic design. Trust me, you will not regret it when you are part of this family, KJA Graphics. Okay, so everywhere you go, then now when you test it and the characters are too long, this is what you'll be having, something like this. But don't panic. This is what you need to do when you have something like this. You make use of this knot here, shift it to this side. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Easy. Then we have it. Then I want to reduce the size. To reduce the size also, you make use of these, then you also shift it to this side. Okay, so I'll reduce the size, position it well. About the position, let's do it again. You scroll, make use of these here. Okay, so when you click on that, then you also make sure you make use of this here. Is that well understood? So you position it. You see, it's very simple. Then you mark it. Now the next thing we have to do is to work on the style. Okay, it should be italic. So this is the style here. Okay, so we are going to make use of the style and pick italic here. Okay, so as we pick italic, you see it has changed, and we are okay with that. Then we also need to work on the font also. Okay, so we click on the font, then we go to, okay, let me make use of robotic. Okay, so that is it. So we have our design. Make use of the comment section, then I will give you an answer to every question. We have more design ahead. These are the basics one. Trust me, if you subscribe, you'll love it. So this is it. So you can decide to pick the test tool again. You can decide to pick the test tool again, then write design by. Then I can be like design by KJA Graphics. I hope it's well understood. So thank you all for your time. I hope you have learned something tangible. If you do, comment in the comment section for me to know. Consider subscribing me once again for more educational video on graphic design. Thank you. Stay blessed.